Welcome into the CHGO Podcast.
What's up?
It is opening day. We are live here at Ballpark Pub, just outside Guaranteed Rate Field, 514 West Pershing Road.
Let's go.
In Bridgeport. Great location. I just wolfed down an amazing buffalo chicken sandwich. We got Miller Lite. We got Leinenkugels. We are ready to go. Oh, how do we feel about this Cubs idiot that's up here, though?
Let's go. Quiet little kid.
Okay, first of all, don't talk to my kid like that. And second, get out of here.
Listen.
No.
I'm getting booted right off the gate. Come on now.
Get out.
Come on now.
Go away.
We want Nick.
You need me.
We want Nick. We want Nick.
We want Nick. Okay, it's a little stage, but see you later.
It was a little bit. For the podcasters listening later, Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, it was Greg Reggs Jr. He decided to show up to a White Sox party wearing Cubs gear, so he's out. Nicholas Moreano is
Nick.
It's messed up, Greg. Come on now.
Don't worry, he'll be back. I'll be
we will
Brad's loyalists, diehards.
We'll
which,
let Brad
of course,
come
we
back.
are also a part of.
Hey, we're less than 150 subscribers away from 53,000. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We appreciate you. We also appreciate everybody signing up to be a diehard. We'll hit up our new diehards a little bit later on in the show.
Yeah, baby.
Obviously, we are the Bears Show. We're going to talk some football here. We're going to have some opening day conversation as well. Coming up right after us, though, is the CHGO White Sox show.
Yeah.
So
Let's go, Herb. Let's go, Sean.
in
Let's
case
go,
there-
Vinny.
In case there's any Sox fans in here wondering why we're going to talk football for a little bit, Sox show is coming up.
Sox
and,
fans are Bears fans. Sox fans are Bears fans.
That's right.
Yep.
Cubs fans are Packer fans.
That's a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Let's.
Look, this is the one. The White Sox are 0-0 today. It's the one day all year I'm going to get to talk shit, and I'm going to do it.
I think
You have to take
should.
advantage of it.
Yeah,
I think you. Let me just say this too, and I've said this before. I'd like to say this again. I know that White Sox morale is very low right now. I know your morale with the product and everything that's happening is low, and it's a little bit of a tough stuff. But I am telling you, and I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I believe in Chris Getz. The dude is a smart, calculated guy. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's a realistic dude. I honestly think that Chris Getz has a great chance of being successful. I know that's White Sox fans that might fall on some deaf ears right now, but I actually think he knows what he's doing.
Well, I think there's no reason to get too worked up when you're 0-0, nothing. You haven't lost yet, so why not be? It's opening day. It's all about being hopeful for whatever may happen in this 2024 season. So I'm not going to get mad about something that hasn't happened yet. There's plenty of time to do that as we kind of go through the season. So.
Garrett Crochet is about to throw 9 innings of shutout baseball.
I am hopeful that we go 1-0 today, and then it'll be the highlight of the season. That's the hope. That's as much hope as I have.
This is the highlight too, being right here and doing the podcast, and then opening day going 1-0 and
Super Bowl Sunday right here.
Yeah.
This feels like it. Super Bowl Thursday.
Yeah, well,
whatever. But speaking of that, is opening day better than week 1 of the NFL season?
No,
Absolutely not.
no,
I'm sorry.
no.
I think there's an argument to be made, though, in like the maybe like the romanticism of it.
Okay.
Like opening day there's something special about it.
It's better, you idiot.
Oh wow, there comes
Is that damn
Brad-
Cubs fan again? Where is this
Bragg
guy?
to the back streaming. It's better.
Yeah,
You
get
idiot.
outta here.
I actually.
Oh, James went to go. Security went to go get him.
Oh yeah. There we go, James.
James.
Give him a
Literally beating up Greg Bragg. That was amazing.
I like this.
I'll say this. The beauty of baseball, whether your team is good or bad or in the middle, you do get the company of them for the next 6 months. It's every single day minus 18 days. So there's a comfort to the baseball season. Plus, their summer is right around the corner. All the things. Now we started in, March the 28th. That's insane. So there's that. That's better. Like you're together every day. Companionship, friends, baseball, hot dogs, beer, Nick, Adam, Greg, Kevin, Jake, James, Sean, Herb, Sarah.
Keep going.
Just stop.
I just got.
Yep, there we go. There comes the heart attack. Okay. Well, one of the things we want to talk about, obviously, hope right now. We probably couldn't be talking about two more different levels of hope right now than the Bears and the White Sox.
That's true.
Yeah, they're on polar opposite ends right now of the hope spectrum, I guess.
So my question is, because opening day is all about hope, usually, right? It's a new season. You got nothing else to cling to but some hope. Well, obviously, with the Bears, we talk about this every day. Hope is there's a lot of hope right now.
Hope is hoping.
There's a lot of optimism. Which Chicago franchise has the most hope right now?
Let's do a poll at the ballpark, Bob. Most Chicago hope right now.
I think
Yelp,
the Bears are
Great show in the 90s, by the way.
Bears are number one.
Yell for the Bears if you think the Bears are the team that has the most hope in all of Chicago right now. Let me get a
Woo!
There it is.
It has to be.
There it is.
Yeah.
Coming off of the season that they had in 2023,
I mean,
getting the number one overall pick, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams, it's hard to debate.
Who's even number 2?
Well, I think 2 is the debate. And I think that you would probably try to argue that the Cubs are the next closest to having a chance to win.
Yes.
But I think I would sit here and say that the best athlete in this city right now that's on a team is Connor Bedard.
Yes. Yeah. Adam, we were at that game where, Connor Bedard went off and scored two goals and against
And by the way, Luis Robert would be in the conversation for sure. But with what Connor Bedard's done so quickly, so early, with Luis Robert is a little bit more up and down, and then finally he's going
to stay healthy.
He's what we got right now for hope. But I think with where Connor Bedard is, and you just know that when you win a championship, regardless of what sport it is, you need a superstar like that, which is why the Bears are hoping that's Caleb Williams. But
I would say that if you were to look at winning a Super Bowl, winning the World Series, winning an NBA championship, winning the Stanley Cup, the White Sox have Robert, the Blackhawks have Bedard, which is up from there, and the Bears have Caleb or will have Caleb. The Bulls have to go down before they can come up, right?
I think you can make an argument the Bulls belong lower than the White Sox.
I think that's
the
one.
Bulls
That's one.
Because at least the White Sox are trying to reset, and the Bulls are just like, no, we're just going to hang out in the middle forever.
Right. I think the Bulls are actually in the worst position. The White Sox have at least admitted who they are right now. We are at the bottom. We have one young superstar, and we're trying to build it back up. So they at least acknowledging your reality is a positive.
But are they going to build around him, or are they going to flip him too?
Well, who knows? But
that's a good point.
But the other side of it is if you look at the Cubs, yes, capable of maybe making the playoffs this year. A lot of people are picking them there. Most people think they're going to win somewhere between 83 and say 88 games. But you can't look at the Cubs right now and think that there's any chance that team is winning a World Series. They don't have the high-end talent.
Guys, what do we think about the Tigers? We just got some Tigers fans walking in. They're playing the White Sox today.
At least they're playing.
Come on.
At least they're playing. Yeah.
The booze.
Good.
That's fair. I mean, it does. I mean, that was just a fact.
I mean, the Lions are.
That was my childhood.
I was going to defend them, though, because at least they're playing in this game today. I don't know what you're doing. Aren't you playing in Texas or something? I don't even know who the Cubs play today.
You're right.
They play the Rangers? Hope they lose.
By the way, the Southside Hitman just walked in, and that guy might hurt Greg Rex. He's certainly capable of it.
I hope so.
Go make friends with the Southside Hitman.
Yeah.
The Southside.
Make sure we're all safe. Strength in numbers. Oh, look at Braggs just shaking hands.
So are we agreeing Bears are on top?
They have to be. I mean, there's no.
I'd love to hear our Hawks guys argue here. But I would put the Hawks 2.
They're 2 in my book.
I'd put
we're talking
the
about
Cubs 3, White Sox 4, Bulls last.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, we're making the argument not who's closest to going in the playoffs, because if you're going to say that, then I would say the Cubs.
Sure.
If you're talking about winning the whole thing, I think the Bears are in the best position, followed by the Hawks, followed by. I guess
not necessarily this year. Just who's next up?
That's true.
Right.
Who's next up? Now, I would imagine some Cubs fans would be like, well, once you get in, you have a chance. So maybe that's what they're hoping for.
Like
but
every team, right?
You don't. It's just
sometimes you do.
You get hot, right?
Didn't the Cardinals win one year with 83 wins?
It's not
the Nationals did it.
If you have the high-end talent that can get hot, yes.
Yeah.
I just don't see the Cubs like that way. I don't know if Cody.
They're in the right trajectory, though. They're on the right path. Once they keep adding talent, then then you can put them in that
I
contention.
mean, their minor league system is strong, so
there you go. So you're building off a nice foundation.
but I still don't see Chris Bryant, I don't see Anthony Rizzo, I don't see Jake Arrieta, I don't see John Lester. I mean, those are the guys that it took to get over the hump. I mean, you need
high
big
talent.
time dudes. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen,
Montez Sweat.
Hopefully Caleb. I mean, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Big time dudes with big time talent.
Yeah, so there's no debate at number one. It's the Bears, and then like you said, we're going Blackhawks.
It's assuming Caleb is what everyone hopes Caleb is going to be.
Oh, he is.
Except for the 10% who are still holding on that the Bears. But somehow Caleb doesn't want to come to the Bears.
Steven, we can't see the chat. What's the chat saying? Are they in agreement that it's Bears? I know this is a Bears show. They probably are, but can you see at the chat at all, like who they're?
I can pull up
what the other debates are.
I mean, everyone's pretty much saying the Bears are number one.
Okay.
There's a lot of White Sox hate in here. There's a little bit less Cubs hate, and I think most of the chat is saying that the Blackhawks are the number 2 team.
I agree.
It's just the Connor Bedard.
Connor Bedard is he's a dude.
Nick and I went to that game, and it was just like we're not hockey dudes, and it was just so obvious he was so much better than everyone else on the ice.
He has a different gear. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but when he goes, it's crazy to watch how fast that guy is.
Like, even just watching him when he didn't have the puck. Like, if you just watched him, it was wild. So, I mean, that dude's amazing. I love it.
It's fun.
I'm excited about the Hawks. I am.
Okay.
Once we went to that game, they were on a little win streak. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they did their thing.
That look was because I haven't heard you have any Hawk love in a while. So
they haven't been good since 15, really.
I mean, they're still not good, but
when was the last time you were at a Blackhawks game?
When's the last time you listened to the show that you host?
we just when Kevin Byard got signed is when we were there.
Nick and I went to the game a couple weeks ago. You know that.
Okay, great.
You knew that. We had this conversation.
Sure.
I bought 200 level tickets. We had a great day.
Oh, yeah, that was true.
It was Sunday.
That was lovely. Okay, I take it back.
I just spent 2 minutes talking about how good Connor Bedard looked in that game.
Okay.
What a car moment.
That was an excellent car moment. But, you had me focused over here.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't.
All right, I'm going to ask you to do something else here, too.
Now. Yeah, okay. I got you. Oh, yeah, here. Yes, I got you, Hoge.
We do have, speaking of other teams, though, there was a Bears figure who was at a big game last night. And, also the GM of the Bears, too. Because you were there. I did there? I
was sitting 5 rows behind Ryan Poles last night. Didn't realize he was there.
We're going to talk about that in a second. Sure.
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Yeah. In the meantime, Prize Picks is the largest daily fantasy sports platform in North America. The easiest, most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers. Instead of battling thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you pick more than or less than on a 2 to 6 player stat projection, and you watch the winnings roll in. Football season may be over, but the action on the floor is heating up, whether it's a tournament season or fight for playoff home court. There's no shortage of high-stakes basketball moments this time of year. Get in on the excitement with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app, where you can turn your hoops knowledge into serious cash. Be a part of the action on Prize Picks for both men's and women's college basketball. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with NBA, NHL, and college basketball entries today on Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. And I know Nick had some luck on Prize Picks. He was tweeting about it for
doing
sure.
It right now, actually. I'm making a bet on Prize Picks. Zach Edey?
Ooh. I don't know if you want. Yeah. He'll probably think you're jinxing him. I got you, Carm. Go to prizepicks.com/CHGO. Use code CHGO for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/CHGO. Use code CHGO. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
And a shout out to our friends at True Fan Travel, which is your passport to the world of sports. Over 8,000 fans have traveled to over 145 trips. Listen, you don't want to watch the game. You want to watch it live. You want to travel to the most sought-after games worldwide: football, baseball, basketball, soccer. You want a custom travel package that includes tickets. You want 4 to 5 star combinations. You want the unique local experience. You want to make unforgettable sports getaway memories. You also want exclusive meet and greets with former players. You want to shake hands. You want to snap photos. You want to share moments with legendary former players of your favorite sports. We're going to have a special announcement with some of our partnership with True Fan Travel that hopefully you'll get involved in going forward here. But it is the ultimate experience. It's coming soon. I can't wait to be able to talk about it. It's probably coming next week. But listen, bottom line, True Fan Travel, your trusted travel partner for professional sporting events around the world. Thank you to our friends at True Fan Travel.
So there's one thing I have in common with Bears general manager Ryan Poles. That's that we both woke up in Orlando yesterday and ended up in Chicago. The difference is he went to Baton Rouge to LSU Pro Day. So started the morning in Orlando, flew to Baton Rouge, LSU Pro Day, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors,
Brian Thomas Jr.
A lot of great talent there. And then as I'm laying in bed, I see the Bulls tweet that he's at courtside at the Bulls game.
Rocking some Jordan 1 lows too.
You know why he was there, right?
It's quite a day.
You know why that happened.
Why?
Because Mark hooked him up with tickets.
Oh, yeah? You got courtside seats?
That's not why it happened. But what happened was, I actually believe this to be 3% true.
Great.
He went and told his son that he was trading Justin and that he would pay it back. Well, what do you want? And he gave him options. And one of the options was, I'll take you to a Bulls game in courtside seats. Okay. And that's what the dad did for the son after he traded his favorite player.
Why would he want that?
Because, are you kidding? Courtside NBA? Come on, Nick.
Cool. I would go courtside.
We got hooked up.
I honestly think that's on the table of what happened. Because if you consider that he was traveling on the day, what it was going to be is, I think the family was all there, right? They were all in the picture.
It looked like it. It looked like it. I'm impressed with the stamina there.
It is impressive stamina, but he does look a little tired.
Yeah,
very serious. The Bulls have the tweet out there, and I think it might have been a little bit of a payback for the kid, which is adorable. That's good parenting right there.
Well, regardless, I'm just impressed because I barely made it to 4:00.
Yeah, well, you're soft, and Poles is. Thank God he's our GM. But
I had to meet Nick to give him some of his equipment back, and I had to take a nap, and then when my alarm went off to go meet Nick, I was seriously I was probably half asleep when I saw you.
Okay, I mean,
he had
a long day,
and I couldn't imagine going to a Bulls game 2 in the same day. So I'm impressed, guys. Just building a Super Bowl championship caliber football team, flying all over the world, and
why are you
still
on
going
my
to Bulls
Twitter
game
here?
Well, because I'm on your Twitter, Nick, because you put out a tweet yesterday about Brian Thomas Jr. So I wanted to read it exactly because part of yesterday was Brian Thomas Jr. And Nick was retweeting Jordan Reed, who wrote about Brian Thomas Jr. had a catch down on a vertical down the right sideline at Pro Day today that made me almost fall out of my seat. And then Nicholas Moreano, Brian Thomas Jr. is so damn good. I just filled out my evaluation on the CHGO Bears 100 database, which you can get if you're a diehard. But why don't you wax poetic about Brian Thomas Jr.?
Look, if you're looking for a guy that can line up outside or in the slot, is a vertical threat downfield, has soft hands, a good route runner, that's Brian Thomas Jr.
Takes the top off, dude.
When you watch the tape against Ole Miss, that man dominated from that slot fade on 3 touchdown passes. The guy knows how to set up corners to get open and has soft hands. It knows how to work in condensed spaces. This is a deep wide receiver draft. I know everybody's enamored with Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze, but there's a lot of guys in this draft that can impact a team immediately. Brian Thomas Jr. is one of those players. So I really like that, what he showed on tape. And you can see the evaluation that Adam wrote on him, what I wrote on him, and all the other players that are working on our Bears 100 to become a diehard. But Brian Thomas Jr. is damn good.
Actually, we have to challenge somebody right now because I believe we have a streak right now that could be broken in a bad way.
Oh, no.
But I don't think we have a new diehard today. And that might be the first time this entire year.
It's emotional.
I mean, there's been days where I think we had 19 one day.
Yeah.
So Nick brings up a good point because that Bears database, the Bears 100 database, right now we're in a top 20. Top 50 is coming very soon, I promise. But we're still updating the ones that are available. And if you come and see CHGO Diehard, you can see it's a working database. We're literally working on the Bears 100 draft board that we're putting together for. It's Bears centric. It's Bears specific. And you can get all of our draft evaluations as exclusive to CHGO Diehard. You can also get my newsletter. You can get, and then you get 20% off all merch and events too. So here's the thing. If you sign up right now to become a diehard, you'll get shouted out by Carm too by the end of the show.
That's true.
Come on.
I will.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We'll get you. And you can come to our draft party. And don't worry, Braggs. You can have my seat, whatever you want. Anytime you want to come and sit down, I will get up for you because of your dedication to this show and this organization and everything you bring to the table.
He's getting antsy, and I like it.
Yeah.
That's what you get for wearing Cub stuff.
So please we appreciate all the support. If you enjoy the show and you want to support us, it's a great way to do that, and we try to give you 1,000 times the value back. Let me ask you this. Malik Neighbors slips to 9.
Oh,
you taking him?
that would be tough to pass up. He does everything you want.
He's incredible. He's really, really good. The only reason I hesitate is because there is some off the field stuff that has to be vetted here. And I just go back to Jalen Carter last year. And if the Bears weren't willing to take Jalen Carter, are they going to be willing to take Malik Neighbors? I mean, same type of situation. There's no denying the talent. Now, maybe you make an argument that because you have the number 1 pick too, it gives you a little bit more of a flexibility to take more of a chance. Whereas like last year, they had to get that pick right. But I think that's a flawed argument, and I'm not sure that's how Ryan Poles looks at it. I think you got to look at it like every single one of these picks is extremely important to get right, and you're not just taking a chance because you already have the number 1 pick at the same time.
Malik Neighbors was arrested on Bourbon Street carrying a gun that was not authorized, that was not registered.
And apparently that would be legal now.
Apparently it'd be legal now, which
so it's not,
shouldn't be, but it would be. Okay, we don't need to go down there. He's 20 years old. It's a lot different than what happened with, it's a lot different than what happened with Jalen. Big difference.
It is and it isn't, because it's the same. It's not the potential crime. I put in quotations crime because it doesn't really seem like it was that, what, it wasn't really a crime, but he did get charged, I believe. I think he might have been dropped. It's more so the decision making. It's the same thing with Jalen Carter. It's not really that like.
It's not the result. It's like the action of bringing like the gun in the first place, right?
It's the maturity level. It's the decision making. It's why are you racing? Why are you drag racing somebody in the middle of the night? Do you really need to be bringing a gun on Bourbon Street when you're a star wide receiver at LSU? It's like it's that's the type of conversations that the Bears and all these other teams are going to have about. And to me, it's not so much what they did, again, quote unquote, wrong or whatever. It's can you trust them going forward with all the money they're about to get and the fame and being a Chicago Bear and in the spotlight with Caleb Williams?
What did you learn? What did you take out of it? Yeah. What was the growth moment for you in this entire experience? Where are you at now? You're about to get paid a ton of money and have a world that you're stepping into that you have no idea exactly how crazy it's going to be.
Well, I'll say this, and I don't think this is how it's going to play out because I think one of the two of them will definitely be gone, if not both. But if it came down to Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze both being available for some reason,
right?
I'm taking Rome Odunze every single time because everything you hear about him, the character's off the charts, the work ethic, everything, like there's no distractions. And Malik Neighbors' talent is probably slightly higher, but I'm going to take that safer pick in Rome Odunze. And part of this conversation, too, has to be you're bringing this guy into a wide receiver room that already has DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. That's why I'd be fine with Brian Thomas Jr. too. Yes. Because like for what you're going to be asking that kid to do as a rookie, you're number 3, man. It's a great position to bring a rookie wide receiver in.
But also, if you do bring a guy like Malik Neighbors in there, that's 2 guys that you can learn from. 2 veterans in that locker room that have done it right ever since they entered the league. So you would put them in a good environment to just be a pro. So look, I could see that both ways. Rome Odunze, Malik Neighbors, and if they were to go whichever route, like I wouldn't fault them for it. But there's reasons why you would take either one of those guys. But Rome Odunze doesn't have any red flags and would fall under that blue chip kind of player that they would look to want to get at number 9.
Well, it's also interesting. Caleb Williams seems to have a pretty decent relationship with Malik Neighbors already.
Yeah. So,
And look, I don't think, at least for me, Malik Neighbors did not cancel himself out as a Bears draft candidate at all. I was in an opposite place with Jalen Carter last year. Maybe I was wrong, but you go drag racing, and which that part of it is not a great decision. But if somebody ends up, 2 people end up dead, and you run from it and try to escape without anybody knowing that you were there, that to me, that scared me on the character issue there. That's not a guy owning up to what happened. Whereas Neighbors is, okay, he had a situation, he got caught. What did you learn? It feels different to me. Not a great choice, but
it happens.
again,
man.
what
20,
20 years old. I mean, when I was 20, it wasn't great. It was not great.
Yeah.
You were probably a professional 20 Hoge. Were you a professional
20
Hoge at
Hoge?
20?
I mean,
Madison, Wisconsin.
Like stumbling down wherever you stumble down?
I'm not
I
gonna.
was
No,
sitting, I can tell you that.
No?
Oh, yeah.
No?
I'm not. I don't think I was a professional.
You got a professional Hoge?
Maybe a professional drinker.
Yeah. But you're in college, Big Ten? Come on now.
I mean,
We were all there once.
I could do a solid beer bong off the second floor of a tailgating house on Bowen Court in Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, that's what you mean by professional.
yeah. No, we had the beer bongs going. We had other things going. It was a thing.
No, and that's the same conversation we were having with Jalen Carter last year. And I don't want to be called a hypocrite here because I was sitting here banging the table like I'd still take him. And I probably would still take the chance on Malik Neighbors too.
Yeah.
I think one key difference here, though, is there was one Jalen Carter at a key position the Bears needed.
That's a good point.
There's
A lot.
There's not only these 3 top wide receivers, there's also Brian Thomas right after that. And then there might be 3 rounds worth of wide receivers after that. So
that's
there's a huge difference there in terms of positional need and the supply and demand at the position.
Yep.
So, and this is a hard thing, and it's totally unfair what I'm about to say, but that to me is the next level for Ryan Poles. Hit on a late round playmaker that really helps transform the offense. If you do that, if Poles can find his Puka Nacua or his Romeo Dobbs, whoever, that would really transform where the Bears are at and what and the level they could reach. All right, is this me right here?
Yes, you, baby.
Oh, all right, my friends at Empire. I love my friends at Empire. With Empire today, you can shop at own convenience. As my guy Ben Heisler walks in, the right products for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a low price guarantee. We're about to give away some mitts on this show. This is
Just
awesome.
focus on the read.
Okay, focusing on the read. And with Empire today, you get shop at own convenience, right product for and the low price guarantee, my friend. Empire today, the best place. I already said that, to get new flooring. So, of course, they have copycats out there, but Empire, they're not going to be beaten on quality, on service, on speed. None of that. They also get the virtual floor designers. Great way to see how new floors will look in any space. Shopping floors at a big box store, that can be frustrating. You don't want that. You might want to talk to someone today who was working in plumbing yesterday at one of those stores. Flooring is all Empire today does. That's what they do. They live and they breathe their flooring. They pride themselves on their convenient shop at home service. They help customers shop for floors where they use their floors. This is what you want to do because you love CHGO and you've been thinking about getting new floors and you love the mitt that Hoge just got. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off when they use the promo code CHGO. Restrictions apply. See EmpireToday.com/CHGO for details.
I'm going to break this thing in a little bit.
I love that, yeah.
Before we talk about what's going on here, though, I'm going to mention our guys at Salerno's.
I went last night.
You
Pre-game
went to
bowl.
Salerno's?
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah,
Go for it,
I
baby.
have to tell you guys about Salerno's. March Madness is upon us, and you can watch the big dance live at Salerno's on Tap, located at 1201 West Grand Avenue in Chicago, or you can call Salerno's for carryout and delivery. Mention the HGO and get half off your pizza. Call 312-666-3444 or go to Salerno'sPizza.com. When I think about March Madness, you guys, and getting together with a group of college buddies, it would be really incomplete without pizza, and specifically Salerno's Pizza. So head to salernospizza.com or call 312-666-3444 for more information. Salerno's Pizza, the best. Let's go.
Do we want to bring Ben in here to explain?
We
what's
do,
going on?
but we have another interesting option that just walked in here.
Oh my God!
I mean, I think we got to bring him on.
All right, I'm
Don't you think?
going to bounce.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's willing to do it. Hey, Shane. Hey, Shane. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Come on. Yes.
Let's make
Yes.
Mitch as uncomfortable as possible right now.
You're breaking rules, but we love you for doing it.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want to say to me?
Well, I just want you to talk about the CHGO softball championship and how upset you were
Very.
that we took you down. And I know that we brought in ringers, we did everything we could to take you down. You're upset
First of
about
all,
it.
Yeah, no, so that's exactly what I was going to say. Can you call yourselves the CHGO softball team if not even half of your team is
Yes.
comprised
Yes,
of
we can.
CHGO employees?
Yes,
When 100% of my team was comprised of radio
Didn't you
all-stars?
try to recruit Charlie Tilson, who played in the majors?
I didn't try to recruit Charlie Tilson. Charlie Tilson came to me and wanted to play and then wimped out.
But you would.
Charlie
wow.
Tilson wouldn't even start on the Odyssey team. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he would.
Wouldn't
Oh, yes,
even
he would.
start.
Oh,
No,
yes.
he wouldn't start.
Oh, yes, he would.
He wouldn't start.
Okay.
And he's also
Can we
an employee.
explain who's talking?
Yes,
For
please.
the people that
Go
can't
ahead.
see the
Go
camera
ahead.
right
Go
now,
ahead.
Shane Riordan is here from 670 The Score.
Oh, Jake, I don't need that, but thank you.
Come on. We're here.
Probably our biggest supporter at CHGO, Shane
Yep.
Shane Riordan.
I am now. I've come around. I like you guys.
We appreciate you.
You
Like
convinced
me,
we're
I
not
like
going
you
anywhere
guys.
now? Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Well, that was before you got there, and then they brought you, and I was like, all right, they're set.
Wow.
I was there from day one, but maybe day 3. It's okay. We also used to be at WGN together
Yeah, we did.
That's a true story.
a
we did.
long time ago.
How-
Hey now.
Yeah.
Hey now, how about that? Was it GN or were we at the game? Hey now.
No, we
I don't know what we call it.
we were at the game for
the
a
real
minute.
ones remember the game. 87-7. I still don't know what's going on with this.
How are
man.
you guys doing? How was you guys got to go out to the combine? You went out to the pro days. How was that?
We're just trying to provide content for everybody. Get you guys the videos and we appreciate all the support in giving us in the mix here. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and longtime White Sox fan,
Sure.
True story.
ready to go.
I'm kind of done though. Are you guys not? Are you not done?
I mean,
Don't be done.
I mean, I put the hat on today, but
Don't be done.
and I'm going
No,
on
'cause
Saturday, but I'm like, I'm not going today.
I might still go today.
Okay.
But
He is going today.
Yeah.
well, I don't
He
have
brought
tickets.
his son.
I
They're
don't
going.
have tickets yet, but we're planning on going. But my thing on this is it's not a declaration that I'm done.
Yeah.
It's that I just feel done. It's the apathy. So I'm not like, isn't Lawrence like selling his White Sox hats or something
I think
like
he
that?
brought his hats to our remote today, and he's like giving them away to people.
Okay. See, I'm not going that far. I just don't really care because they're making me not care.
Okay, so you think like I compared on our show to a relationship. Do you
Yeah.
feel like you've hit the point of indifference where you don't hate them, you don't love them, but nothing can really change to bring you back? Or is Jerry leaving enough change to bring you back? Because that's kind of where I'm at.
Oh, that's where I am. I think if Jerry's gone, if they sell the team, I'll be back.
There's a lot of whiskey in that, Jake. Jesus Christ, dude. I got a show to do.
He
today.
might have roofied you, to be
Might be
honest
trying
with
to
you.
sabotage me.
Shane, let me ask you this.
Yeah, Greg.
How did you get your ass whooped in softball by this old man over here?
There
what
it
the
is.
heck
There
happened?
it
He didn't do any of the ass whipping. I can tell you that right
Wow.
now. He didn't personally do
Wow.
any of it. It's all the non-CHGO employees.
Wait.
that
Oh,
brought
he
in.
Yeah.
stacked the
Wait,
roster?
hold on.
He
Hold
stacked the
on. First at bat, ripped one right at him.
And I
Caught
caught it.
it. Next one, ripped it a little bit higher off your fingertips into left field. Let's
Yeah.
let's call
Okay,
it what
so
it
that was
is.
your one hit for the season.
One hit for the season. Let's
You know what I
put
like
some
about this, though?
respect on my 50-year-old ass. It's not one hit for the season right here.
I love the freedom that you guys had because we can talk about softball here. We're not allowed to do that at the Score. We're not allowed to talk about the media team because people don't care, right? So I love being here, being able to talk about it with you guys because it's
We
fun.
care.
Yeah.
We care. We got the trophy.
Listen, I brought in a world championship. I had to do it the way I had to do it. I begged people to play, then I stopped begging, and we won it all.
You guys are good. It'll be fun.
I
And
tried
you
to
know what?
convince him to retire.
No,
We tried to
don't be
retire.
out
We
there.
tried to retire.
What, Lawrence retired.
Well,
Oh, did he really?
and I'll say this: I didn't think Loho could play. Loho was solid.
Yeah.
He's
He-
solid.
he was-
He's solid.
that's a loss for you guys.
IQ. That helped
Yeah.
too.
He's a very good defender
Yeah.
too.
You guys enjoy the rest of your show.
Yes,
Thank you
thanks,
for
thanks,
having
brother.
me stick
Appreciate
around.
you.
All right. Thank you for coming by, Shane Riordan.
Parkins and Spiegel,
6
Joe.
underscore.
Danny's been on here. It's nice of Shane to stop by and sit down. Rex, come in here before we get Ben in here because
Yeah,
we got to explain the myths.
Yeah, we do have this mid situation. Greg,
Greg,
What?
what have you been doing? No.
I'm good. Are you gonna steal my
Yes, you're.
drink?
Yes, I am. I need it. Sorry,
Well,
you just steal his drink?
I did.
Oh,
I
are you
mean,
dying?
seriously.
I'm dying.
Yeah, you're dying.
and I don't want it anymore because you're a walking plague.
Oh, he's drinking from it now. He hasn't gone to the doctor yet.
Hey, Jake, I'll take
Miller
No, you're
Lite.
good.
Miller
Jake,
Lite.
I'll take a Crown and Diet.
Miller
Mark,
Lite.
Mark just stole mine.
Miller Lite.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have breaking news. The White Sox have officially been eliminated from playoff contention. I'm sorry. What? So we got jokes. I'm sorry. You didn't
That
like
was a
the joke?
stupid joke. Sorry, they've been made 100 times this morning on the internet.
That's amazing.
So funny.
They all
You're
stopped.
so funny.
That was funny. I know it's funny.
You know what?
It was good.
I got a lot of respect for the Sox fans that are out here right now.
They didn't.
It's a
We
good
are
crowd,
the
man.
The
diehards.
fact that
The
I didn't have a
definition
beer
of
bottle
diehard.
chucked at me right there shows
It's
the
disappointing.
character of this group.
It's honestly disappointing.
Credit to them. Big of them.
There's still time.
Yeah.
All right, get out here. I want to get Ben in here. So will you leave?
But Ben, what time is it?
We're giving away mitts. You can come back.
Okay,
Ben might have
okay.
to do some business. Go get Ben. Get him in here. Have you met Ben?
Hey, Ben, where you at? Get the
Come
hell
up here,
over
Ben Heisler. Let's talk about
Ben walks in here and like hip checks me. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
this guy. This is family. This is H&R Block. This is a great football. Bears fans, you're gonna love this segment right now. Ben knows more about football than everybody on the show except for Hoge.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna throw it. Sit down. There he is. Look
More
at it.
Kansas. What's up, Ben?
What's happening?
This is Chicago royalty.
Yep.
I know.
Look at the spot.
Yeah.
You guys are packed to the brim already.
Yeah,
Ben,
we are 3 hours from game time.
Can
This
you
is
talk
actually
about
pretty
what you're
impressive.
doing here? What's going on? You work for H&R Block. You're
Yes.
a superstar, and we got mitts.
I come from the world of media into the world of taxes. It's a very natural transition.
Yeah.
Natural.
Uh,
Yes.
No, it's exciting just because we knew that Chicago's like a really important market for us. And naturally, being a Chicagoan, I was able to come in and all throughout the course of the next several days, including over at Guaranteed Rate Field, there's going to be a whole on opportunity for Chicagoans to get a lucky section mitt.
Lucky
over at-
section mitt.
So if you are at the game today after you're hanging out with the CHGO guys, you might find yourself having an opportunity to get an H&R Block mitt. We are also handing out tickets that provide 25% off tax prep. In addition to opening day, tax days right around the corner.
And don't you
Or
ever-
have you filed yet? Are you?
I
are you
have
fully
not.
prepared?
I'm always
there.
4 months late.
Okay. Well,
Are you really?
Yeah, I am every year. I
Yeah,
filed the
we-
extension. Here we go, Miller Lite.
we
Thank you
want
very much.
you. We want you on time. Hoge, I would imagine you probably filed like January 1st.
Yeah, no.
As soon as Bears season was over, I imagined.
I honestly haven't done it yet, but I will say I've never been late.
That's great.
I've never been late. And my birthday's April 16th.
So
You know, you got to.
I have a legitimate excuse
Right.
for the record. I always get some of the papers because I'm in some terrible partnership that's cost me zillions of dollars. I get it. I get it for like July. So I have to be late.
Okay, perfectly fair. If you do have everything in on time, or maybe you're trying to figure out how to, extend it if you need it. The nice part is that for Chicagoans, if it's hrBlock.com/Chicago, it's 25% off do-it-yourself online tax prep. You can also get 25% off if you go and you file. There's 10,000 H&R Block locations all around the country, ton in Chicago. So it's just nice to be able to go and celebrate baseball and also try to help out a lot of Chicagoans along the way.
Get your taxes done. Use H&R Block. A little bit, Ben. And let me, Ben,
Carman.
nobody knows the NFL like you. Nobody knows the gambling markets more like you. The Bears over-under right now is 8.5. Ben, that's an obvious over, which makes me a little bit nervous. Doesn't it feel like an obvious over?
We say that every year.
No. Last year was
When it was like 5.5, we're like, oh, they'll go over, and then they won 4.
But
And then
last-
last year was 7.5.
which was
Last
an
year was
obvious.
6. You can get it at 6.5 at the
And then-
beginning, and then You know, there was the Fields movement that pushed it basically up to 7.5.
And then they won 7.
And then they won 7. That's how they get you
Yeah.
pretty much every time. The 8.5, and I'm curious to get your guys' perspective here, feels a little too pricey right now. I think there's a lot of hype. A lot of hype sometimes goes into the public betting markets. There's going to be adjustments. Even with a really good defense and an upgraded quarterback, you're still talking about 8.5 in an improved division now that you're considering what Green Bay is able to do. Maybe Minnesota certainly takes a step back. I would rather jump on the Bears mid-season, maybe if they're off to a slow start, as Caleb or whoever they end up taking gets a little bit more comfortable, familiar, and the system starts to gel with Shane Waldron. Now I think you're looking at a better position of value. Maybe you're able to get him at 6.5 or 7.5 if they get off to a slow start.
To your point, last year they start 0-4. Now, if that happens again, and I don't think that will happen again, but if it does, if it did happen again, they would have major problems. Matt Eberflus would have major problems.
Matt GQ Flus might be out if they're 0-4.
But that number had to have come down to like what? 4.5 at that point or something like that when they were 0-4.
If they're 0-4, and then there was talks about, you know, what more selling they might have to do. I think it probably got down to maybe 5.5.
Right. So if you had
from
been
season
over
ago.
then, you got to 7, then you would have gotten.
So
Right.
hold on a second. In your expert gambling opinion, do you think it's better to bet games ahead of time, or do you think are you more of a bet during
Bet
the game?
games ahead of time or bet season futures as they update in real
Let's
time?
do games.
Okay.
If you're for all our diehard CHGO Bears people who are trying to like bet the NFL, do you bet the Bear game before it's going on, or are you more of a first quarter, second quarter?
I just think a lot of it is dependent on what number comes out at the time. And that honestly, my favorite time to bet on games is week 2, because that's a blatant overreaction to the market from week 1. Yeah, I mean, think about all the teams that just got off to a terrible start, 0-1, 0-2. Then all of a sudden it shifts. There's some positive regression to mean. There's some teams that get off to a great start that end up falling flat. More often than not, it's those early weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 where I think you're getting a much better read on the market and a better number.
2 years ago, I made a lot of money on the Bengals when they were kind of floundering early, and I bet them to win the division, and that really paid off because the number came. You know, it was a great number to bet it at. Last year, I tried to do the same thing, but then Joe Burrow got hurt. And otherwise, I think I would have hit it again last year.
There were some people that were jumping on Cincinnati before Burrow got hurt. At one point, they were down to plus 550 to win that division. And all it takes is,
I think that's when I bet it.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you got it at the top of the value. Just it's football. There's injuries. It's going to happen.
Do you have a great Bears bet right now that you like off the top of your head that I'm putting you on the spot on?
Yeah, I'll
Stripping
probably
the back over on wins, which we just dispelled, but I like that talk.
I mean, there's so much positive energy in this room right now that I don't want to be the guy that comes in on opening day. I'll be very curious to see what the numbers are for DJ Moore and for Keenan Allen. I feel like those numbers, especially for Allen, are going to be a bit inflated.
I agree.
But you're dealing with two things. You're dealing with a 32-year-old wide receiver, and that's usually the time where they fall off a cliff. Not expecting that from Keenan Allen's career year. And the reliability is going to be there for Caleb or whoever they take. But there's just going to be more guys around. You're still going to have DJ. You're still going to have Kmet. Swift is going to be expected to catch more passes out of the backfield. You still have Herbert on the roster.
Do you like that signing, DeAndre Swift?
Yeah, I was surprised at a lot of the negative reaction that came around it. And we're talking about 3-4 years ago when he was drafted by Detroit, there was talk about what he could do as a pass catcher. It was like what people said, like, oh, Montgomery can catch the ball, but they're very different runners. Swift became in Philadelphia a guy that could go between the tackles, that can be on the field for 3 downs. I think in Chicago, because of the rotation that they have, still with Roshan Johnson in the mix, if Herbert sticks around, you're going to be able to use him very creatively. And Waldron is a guy that will use that back for 3 downs that he had with Kenneth Walker. So I like the signing. It's a durability issue, but I think the Bears are prepared for durability at that spot.
I think when you kind of see this offense come together the way it has since they added Keenan Allen, now they're solidified on Caleb Williams. Because remember, they hadn't traded Justin at that point when they signed DeAndre Swift. It's like, I look at it like, what's $7 million a year for a running back like that? Just to kind of complete the puzzle. I like
and that's the going rate of the market too.
Yeah.
I had no problem with that.
What do you think they should do at 9?
It feels selfish to take a receiver.
It does?
It feels like it's just a richness of goods at that position.
Really?
It does, even though that's sort of the nature of the league. You have really quality positions, and it is a position in this draft of depth. Now, if Roma Dute's sitting there, it would be very difficult. The fan in me would just rush to the podium to go and get him. Like, he feels like he's that dude. And I love everything that he put out at the combine and the type of perception that he has. I know Michael Penix from his time in Indiana. There's a dynamic connection there. My guess will be either offensive line or pass rush, because I feel like they'll get the most bang for their buck at 9, or they'll trade down. Their guy, I would feel like, has to be there firmly ahead of the market for Ryan to make that move. They want to be able to capitalize, get some of those assets back.
I agree with that take, that if they use the 9 pick, they feel like they're getting phenomenal value. Because I do think somebody will want to come up. But maybe they won't. In that case, that would be the worst case scenario for the Bears. Their guy's not there. Nobody wants to come up. They got to take whoever they're going to take.
Let me ask you this, because I feel like the wild card in all of this right now is J.J. McCarthy. At one point, J.J. McCarthy was like, okay, maybe he makes sense to Minnesota at number 11.
Yeah.
And now the line has moved for J.J. McCarthy to be just under Jalen Daniels as the number 2 pick. I don't know whether or not that's just like some people trying to move the line, getting better value on Drake May or anybody else.
Oh boy!
Look
Here
at
it
that.
comes. Here it comes.
Kansas City has tremendous food. They don't have this.
Ben lives in Kansas City now.
They do not have
this. This is great.
Kansas City does have great food, though.
But
Yes, you're not getting a pizza like this there.
No, you're not. I fully accepted that. That's
Go ahead,
delicious.
buddy.
I'm good. I just eat
You're
a
good?
huge. I'm gonna have some in a little bit. Once we're
Okay, I'll
done
leave it.
talking.
Keep going back.
Where do you see it as far as like who's going to be that guy that makes everybody react as opposed to just following the natural order?
Yeah, I think it starts always with the quarterbacks. And yeah, I think that is a lingering question right now. Are you going to have the top 4 picks be quarterbacks? Where is J.J. McCarthy falling? There was the Tom Pelissero said the other day that he's talked to people who think that Washington might take him at 2.
Right.
Which is wild.
Yeah, if I would guess right now,
him, but
I feel like Jaden Daniels goes 2 and maybe Drake May goes 3 to the Patriots. Who knows? But it is a big wild card. It does feel like there's momentum towards McCarthy ending up in the top 10. I'll say this though, and I said it last year, and it's almost always the case. One of the quarterbacks unexpectedly falls. And last year was Will Levis, and he fell completely out. People forget when we're an hour before the draft, we're talking about Will Levis in the top 10. He went in the second round. And I don't know who that's going to be this year. For me personally, I'm not as high on Jaden Daniels as others are. And maybe he's the one that falls. I don't know. But one of them usually does. And there is a chance that maybe this J.J. McCarthy hype is it's too much hype. Right. And then he ends up going. I do agree with the Minnesota thing. I don't think he goes past Minnesota, whether that's they stay put at their pick or they move up.
I don't either. I think if you're looking for that total, if you're looking for an over-under on number of quarterbacks going in the first round, 4.5 feels right to me. I think Bo Nix will be that guy, whether or not a team wants to move up to the first round and try and go get him, or if he's the guy that falls.
See, I love Penix. No?
You do?
I do.
Yeah, I like Penix a lot more than Bo Nix.
I do too.
Yeah.
I have concerns, and maybe biases come into play from watching him in Indiana and all the season-ending injuries that he suffered.
Yeah.
But when he figured, like if you're talking about like leadership intangibles, the ability to be able to process quickly, Penix has turned into that guy. Kalen DeBoer's system at Washington was very much set up for him to be able to process, and the deep ball is beautiful. I just do have concerns about his durability, and I think age needs to play a role as well. But if you're asking me if it's Nix or Penix, I trust the body of work a little bit more with Penix than I do with Bo Nix.
Evan Miller, like great tasteless calories. I know you're working.
Oh, look at this.
There you go.
I'll take a sip.
So just wrapping up here with Ben, I think it's important for Bears fans to know because Ben's got an interesting. Grew up here.
Yeah.
Chicago guy.
Moved around for media. Ended up in Kansas City. And it's just a good reminder, I think, for Bears fans who are like, the Bears are never going to get a right quarterback. That was Kansas City. And then Patrick Mahomes landed there. And all of a sudden they got it right. I'm not saying that Caleb's going to be that, but I'm just saying.
He is.
Well, I'm hoping for it. But I'm pointing out that, like, look, sometimes.
Everybody on the street, yes, he's the guy.
Sometimes things, the whole perception changes because you ended up with the right dude. However you ended up with him. Kansas City had a lot of did a great job trading up and getting him, but maybe the Bears.
By the way, you know who knows that more than anybody?
Who's that?
Ryan Poles.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a little bit of you could tie Heisler into all this. This is the plan for the Bears. Does that? Are you with me?
I'm with you, and timing is everything. Think about it. Philadelphia lets go of Andy Reid beginning of 2013. Clark Hunt doesn't let him go to his next interview. Says, "You're coming to Kansas City. What do we have to do to make it happen?" They bring in Andy Reid. They trade for Alex Smith. They get back to respectability, but there was always, what's that next step? Now you have a similar situation. You have Ryan Poles, for the most part, has made very solid moves. It's built a foundation. Whether or not you agree, whether or not Eberflus is the guy, I think at this point is irrelevant, but timing is everything. Carolina struggles. You get back the number one pick. I think it's nice to see some synergy there that I think they tried to emulate in the last year of Nagy, but it just never synced up. This, I think you feel much more
Does
secure
Kansas City think that Nagy knows what he's doing?
That's actually a good question.
For about 17, 18 weeks, the answer was unequivocally no.
Yeah.
They thought he was lost. They thought, here's another guy that's going and taking over for Eric Bieniemy, and it's just going to be like, there were play calls where I watched it. I saw Bears. It was Mahomes, it was Kelsey, it was the rest of the Chiefs line, but I saw blue and orange, and I didn't see the actual Chiefs players on the field. Playoffs is a different story. They figured it out, and everything always looks a lot better when you have 15 on your side.
But is it the same thing that we dealt with here in Chicago? Where it's like, I was watching those Chiefs games, and I don't know who's calling the plays.
Nobody really does. It's still sort of that mysterious, who's the guy? Is it Nagy? Is it Reid? Are they all sort of formulating the game plan together?
See, my theory is I think Andy Reid is letting him call a lot of the plays, but he'll come in over the headset and be like, let's do this here. Let's do. And by the way, that happens way more than you think it does across all football teams.
And there's NFL films examples of Mahomes going into the huddle and saying, what about this? What about that?
Yeah.
And they're listening to their quarterback and they're saying, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's run.
Yeah.
And that's also fairly common too.
All right, Ben, good seeing you, man.
Before we let Ben
guys.
go, actually,
Yeah.
we got a funny thing going on in the chat right now.
Oh, really?
I'm getting a lot of you two look alike.
Oh,
Hoge and Ben looking alike.
Wow.
I don't know if it's the glasses, which look almost identical, to be honest. with
Similar
you, but
glasses.
there's a
Yeah.
lot
That's
of-
adorable.
We
Ben and I are distantly related. My dad, remarried after my mom passed away to his grandmother, so we're family. But this is interesting.
oh
You two
wow!
might-
How did I never know that?
You might actually be family. Well, you know now.
right.
Okay.
May or may not have gotten brought up a handful of years ago, but listen, there's
Papa Fred, Grandma Adele.
I miss him. I'm excited to see him. My sister's getting married in a couple of months.
Yes,
We'll be back in Chicago. Get a chance to
The
give Grandpa Fred a hug.
the Heislers might be the greatest family in all of families. They're a very strong family.
Love you, guy.
Look, the people have spoken. Great football minds look
More
like
food coming in.
like Ben and I.
Sure, why not? Let's
People
go.
who don't pay
Oh,
attention
what is
and
right.
don't know anything
we
about
got
what
the
they're
wings
talking
now.
about look like Carm. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. So good to see
Hey.
both of you, and love the fact that we're here for opening day, having a good time.
Our pleasure, 100%. And hey, if Texas don't get a mitt, go see.
Yeah,
You're going
H&R
over
Block.
to.
I will be at Guaranteed Rate Field. Come out. We'll be in the center field concourse. If you want to hang out, we got plenty of these tickets. Mitts to give away. HRBlock.com/Chicago if you want to get that discount.
There we
Breaking
go.
this thing in right now, baby.
All right, let's go.
bring in Brax to close the show out. Meanwhile, are you in the market for a new vehicle? If you are, we have great news for you. Our partner, Ray Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fox
You
Lake.
got to ride in the tracks today. Not the same thing, but close enough.
No, that would, yes. Ray Chevrolet. I did get it. You got it for Ray Chevrolet. It's a great vehicle. Enjoyed it. I got my Jeep Grand Cherokee at Ray CDJR, and they are celebrating the Jeep celebration event all month long. You know what that means? You'll be able to rave about their savings on a wide selection of inventory for a limited time. Lease a new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude for $439 a month for 39 months. If that Grand Cherokee isn't big enough for you, you can do what I did. You can check out the third row. Lease a new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited L for $479 a month for 39 months. Get that extra third row. It's been great for my family. And Ray CDJR, you'll always be able to shop one of Chicagoland's largest inventories. Drive home with more money in your pocket than you'd expect. Thanks to Ray's Price Promise. And this is legit. They live up to the price they put online. That's the price you pay. They never throw in any hidden fees in there or anything like that on you. Don't miss out. Shop great deals all month long. Save big because Ray CDJR makes buying a new vehicle more affordable than ever. That's not all just for listening. You can get a free oil change when you mention CHGO at the service center or mention CHGO when you book online at RayCDJR/service, but you have to schedule before April 1st. So if you're in the market for a new vehicle, you have to check out the team at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram because they're the only team we recommend. Visit them today on Route 12 in Fox Lake. For more information, visit RayCDJR in Fox Lake or raycdjr.com. Serving the community since 1963.
It's been a fun show, man.
It's been a fun show. Great. The crowd here is outstanding.
White Sox, go White Sox, man.
It's awesome seeing old friends come in as well. We got our CHGO White Sox show coming up next, right after we wrap up here. And we are, again, if you're wondering where we're at the Ballpark Pub just outside Guaranteed Rate Field, 514 West Pershing Road. And we are less than 150 subscribers away from 53,000. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons on the show. You are not Greg. Where did Greg go? Did they finally kick him out of here?
No, but I got pizza, so.
Yes.
I don't know where Greg's at.
If Greg comes back,
Wow,
you
delicious.
want me to go get him and put him in the seat?
No,
So we can say
we
goodbye?
just need to do super chats and wrap up the show. That's all.
Okay.
So
okay.
we're saying goodbye anyway. I was just trying to give him a chance to
Get on here, yeah.
talk because he hasn't really been
They
here.
kicked him out.
Yeah.
It's a good move.
Steven, you got super chats over there?
Steven. Hey, Steve. Do you
Thank
have
you, James.
Do you
Associate
have
producer James Hoge.
super chats for us, my friend?
Yes, my bad. I was talking to Ben over there.
No, you're good.
We have 11 super chats so far.
Thank you to the 11. Let's go.
All right. $5 super chat from Bear Down Omaha. There's room in the city for the Bears Stadium if they bulldoze Wrigley, which is a shot at Wrigley here. We're doing
Bear Down Omaha.
right outside
Nowhere.
Guaranteed Rate Field.
Wow.
What did he say again? I'm sorry.
You said he bulldozed Wrigley for the Bears Stadium.
Bears used to play there. Best team that ever played at Wrigley Field.
You could also, Bear Down Omaha, you could just say, kick the Cubs out, let the Bears play there as is. Let's go.
Let's do it.
I mean, why not?
It'd be an upgrade.
I'd be down. I
Then-
would,
Then they'd have an even smaller stadium.
That is true.
They already did.
but it'd be sweet.
It'd be a great community. We know that much. All right, we got a $20 super chat from Darnell Dixon. Payday, and just wanted to share some love to the best podcast out right now.
Darnell, you're the man.
Let's go, Darnell.
Thank you,
I did get a
Darnell.
little bit of an update. We are currently the number 39 sports podcast. on
Old
Apple
Eddie
and
Jackson.
Spotify.
Old Eddie Jackson. Let's go.
39.
Young Eddie Jackson.
We are climbing.
Yes.
We are climbing those charts. And
It's all because of you.
prediction. I think we're top 20 by draft day.
Wow.
All I want to do
like
is
that prediction.
just get to 23. By the way, can I give a moment of wisdom for you? Moment of wisdom.
For me,
It's for
I'm
you.
good. I don't
It's-
need it
it's-
from you.
Okay, you
I'll take it.
you don't listen. You listen.
I don't listen.
Until no, I didn't say you don't. You don't need to listen.
Oh, you don't
right
need
now.
to listen. I'll listen.
But this is from the late great Kobe Bryant. He popped up in my Instagram today. He was talking about are you more a guy who hates to lose? Is that your motivation, or the love to win guy? What's the bigger driver? The
Oh, I
hate
see
to
what you're
lose.
saying.
And he said neither. I don't want to put the pressure on myself of winning. I'm not gonna put the fear of losing on me either. I am here to basically I use the word learn and being present and in the moment and taking what you can from that exact what was right in front of you. Not worrying about the outcome, but just playing the play, shooting the shot, doing whatever you can possibly do in that moment to be your best. I thought that was so freaking cool. All right, Peter
That was
Kobe.
good wisdom. I
That
like
is
that,
some
Mark.
good
Thank
wisdom.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you to Kobe.
All right, we got a $20
Not Mark.
super chat from
Not I watched it. I'm just repeating the great
Good
words.
reporting.
I'm
$20
gonna
super
report.
chat.
$20 super chat. Mark Labatt. I have not seen it yet. Cal Brandt posted an epic 5-minute beatdown on Twitter to all mouth-breathing knuckle daggers, making a thing about Caleb's pink phone and painted nails. Pure magic. Must watch. I haven't seen it. Have you guys seen that?
Oh,
I haven't seen his rant, but I've seen a lot of criticism for Caleb Williams for having the pink phone, pink fingernails. Who cares? If Caleb Williams is, it doesn't matter what he's rocking.
How's this? Who the fuck cares?
Exactly.
I mean, come on, man. His mom is a nail technician. Is that right? Where were you
yeah.
from?
Well, the whole nail painting thing is his mom. I don't know if she still owns a nail salon or if she did, but that's the story.
Let him be him.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Caleb's
so-
gonna be him, and good for Kyle Brandt for going off and having this 5-minute rant that I will definitely watch at some point.
I feel like right now the two most hated, most popular people to hate on are Taylor Swift and Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
That's pretty good company for Caleb Williams to be in. That's how I look at it.
I would say Mark Carman and Greg Braggs are also on.
Yeah, they're third and fourth. Well, Braggs is third. Carm is fourth.
Okay.
Today.
That's the ranking.
Today, yeah.
I've earned it.
Yeah.
I've earned that.
You're doing something right if I'm
Earned
the same
the
with those guys, Carman.
Shout out to that Jake Peavy jersey, too. That's badass. Sean's got the Jake Peavy jersey going.
Big time move.
Yeah.
We got a $10 super chat from Michael Holmes. Heck yeah, Braggs. Go Cubs, go. Bear down. I had to start mumbling the second part of that there.
Well, appreciate the super chat.
Yeah.
Kevin Cada, check your text messages, please. I said, please. Why do you look at me like that?
Doesn't want to work.
Is that the can you eject Greg Braggs from the building?
Out of here.
I mean,
Text message?
Greg disappeared.
Yeah, he just left.
It's fine.
Okay.
We got a $20 super chat from Edward First, who's always in our super chats here.
All right,
Until
Edward.
Bears draft Caleb and he proves on the NFL the hype is real, the Hawks are above and beyond anyone else. They not only got Bedard, but he even surpassed the hype already.
I agree.
That good flex right there. You can do that.
That's one man, though. That's one guy where the Bears are also have a team
Yeah.
that when Caleb comes in, that's why I think we were saying what we said about the Bears being number one.
You also might be sleeping on what Caleb is.
Chris. Yes, we got one.
We
We got a diehard?
Well, I asked him to check if any diehards signed up during the show because earlier we didn't have one. And,
Hold on.
and it was we didn't want to break the streak. Chris signed up to get the database and everything else that comes with being a diehard. So welcome, Chris.
Well, and
Good
let's
man.
talk about Chris, because Chris is a guy. Not only does he have great hands,
Here's a guy.
not only does he make the catches when you need him most, but he's loyal.
Yeah.
My dad.
Chris, it's Nick's dad. He's also, for me, it's Chris Carter, who, when I went to Ohio State and the Buckeyes were playing not Northwestern, he got me on the field, and I was wearing my Northwestern hat, ski hat, and he was like, and they kicked us off the field because who's this weirdo with the Northwestern hat? Chris Carter could have stayed down in the field. He didn't do that. He left with Carm. We sat in the stands, and that's the type of Chris that we just brought in here as a diehard. Loyal, heartfelt leader, Chris. Welcome to the diehard family.
Great welcome. All right, how many more supers we got? Thank you, Chris, for signing up.
We have 8 more.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right, we got Isaac Siegel, $20. Hope that picture I tagged y'all in on X fits this show to a T. LOL, Carm is wandering.
Yeah, I feel like Carm didn't see it.
I didn't see this.
What is this?
I didn't see it.
So the polls picture from the game last night, the
Yeah.
look he had on his face,
Yeah.
Isaac said
Oh, I
that's
did-
the look
I
that
did
Hoge
see it.
gives Carm when he's not paying attention.
I saw it. Yeah.
Is that like resting Hope face a little bit?
No, that's
Annoyed Hope
my
face?
Carm. That's my annoyed at Carm face.
Okay.
Just know that
It's better than resting Hoge face.
Just know that I make Hoge's life better every day. That's
You
what I
did
do.
pick me up at the train station. I
There we go.
appreciate
Solid
that.
pickup.
Good
Good
teamwork.
clutch. I'll
It's a
give
good
you that.
teammate, yeah.
All right, $5 super chat from Brandon Halford. Do you fellas think NIL will change rookie culture in the NFL?
That's
I can't
interesting.
imagine Caleb or Rome carrying other people's pants or being hazed. Love the show.
No, I think they will, Brandon, on that side. But as far as like maturity level coming in, I think it does change some things.
Well, I agree with what Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus are saying. And Flus went into this on the Hogan Johns podcast, by the way, if you missed that episode. Like, they look at it as a positive. That whole, like, unknown of when these guys get paid and how that first car they buy, the big house they buy. Like, Caleb Williams already got this all done, man. So that they look at it as a positive. And if we heard from Cole Kmet on this show last week, and he was like, no, they're still going to be rookies.
Yeah.
That doesn't really matter.
Right, but it's another data point as to how do they handle money.
Or what do they do with their money too? Like
That's
if
what I
you're
mean,
taking
you
your
know
teammates
more
out
going
to
in.
dinner, like that
Yeah.
also that could definitely benefit them.
I am with the. I mean, look, might as well make it a positive. It seems like that's what the Bears are doing. What else we got, Steven?
This is not a super chat, but it was on the diehard note. Mr. Flint just renewed his membership to be a diehard.
All
Yes.
right, all right.
So, I feel like we got 2 now. I feel
Okay.
like
That's two. That's two.
As long as the streak keeps going, sign up to be a diehard. Help us out tomorrow, too.
we're not
We'll never
stopping
die.
now. Toxic King Christian, $5. What if the Cards trade down and JJ McCarthy goes 4th? Would you, as the Bears, trade up with the Chargers and draft Marvin Harrison Jr. at 5?
If the cost wasn't prohibitive, I would. But there's no way the Cardinals are doing that. They want Marvin Harrison Jr.
I'm not doing that. I get Marvin Harrison Jr. might be a generational type talent, but there's a lot of good wide receivers. So I'm not trading up to go get
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
I just think there's too much supply there that wouldn't be great business.
Yeah.
I've got a theory on this. I think that's why he didn't work out at the combine. And I've got no sources. I got nothing.
You
I'm
think he
just a
wants to
producer.
fall to the Bears?
No, I think that
Love
the
that
reason
team.
he's not working out is because he already has a draft practice. That's
Oh,
just me, though.
That would be a better
Possible.
take. That would be a better take.
$10 super chat from Clayton Stoker. Bears pick RAS in size and surprise us over and over. I could see a Doomsday being available and them drooling over BTJR.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
Thank you. But honestly, I don't think I could be disappointed at number 9 wherever they go because they're going to get somebody good here, guys.
Yeah.
I think it's bottom line. At number 9, you're going to get a good player, an
Ro-
impact player.
Rome's RAS score, that's relative athletic score,
Yeah.
was great
the
too,
charts,
though.
too.
So I don't know if Brian Thomas is keeping a little bit higher, but it's not like Rome's was bad.
They're both really good.
Yeah, but if Rome and Neighbors are gone and they take Brian Thomas Jr., it's because they didn't have a great trade down partner, which would kind of suck, but hopefully it would work out.
We got a $2 super chat from Tito Pizor. People talking about Caleb Williams' outfit last night. Thoughts? We kind of touched on this a little bit already.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, let him dress how he wants to dress. Let him do what he wants to do.
Keep hating on QB1, baby.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
I just want a guy that wins football games. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
Our
Nobody's
guy,
going to be hating week 1.
It's a different world. Open yourself up to it. People are going to do different things. Can't control it.
our guy, Carm's guy, Matt Nuku, $5.
My
Happy
guy.
Thursday. My Friday this week, guys. Love the show today. Bear down and go Illini.
Big night for the Illini. Let's go ILL.
Matt Nuku.
I actually, for at least for this moment in time, because Nuku's in there. Nuku's been such a great supporter. I'll do some ILLINI. Let's go.
Do they play tonight?
9 o'clock.
What's
or late.
Cody going to do? Is he got the
late.
Cubs
He's
and
got
Illini at the same time?
Cody is ready to be heard again. That's all I know.
Cody is going to get off the Cubs show right in Illinois. That's what he's going to have a good time. I think they're
It's
on
Sunday?
until like 9:40.
Iowa State, right? Illinois, Iowa
Yeah,
State.
tough game.
Yeah.
And then if they win, the most likely they have to play UConn. It's a tough road for the Illini right now.
All right, Carm, we go from your guy to your number 1 hater, Philip
Oh
Pizzatola.
my God, Pizzatola.
$5. He says, "Go Cubs, go!" I hate saying this. Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? Carm looks really old today.
Now that's a song I can sing. Hey Chicago, what do you say? Carm looks really old today. That's as close as I'm ever going to come to singing that
Let
song.
me tell you something, Pizzatola. One day we will meet.
He's going to be a great friendship.
And you're going to get a hug from me, and you're going to have a big smile on your face, Pizzatola. And you'll see how youthful I look at this tender age of 50.
I like the.
How am I
think
50?
you versus Pizzatola is the best rivalry we have. It's greater than you versus Bragg.
Pizzatola is such a fraud,
Oh wow!
but I love Pizzatola.
Pizzatola sends us super chats every day. He's no fraud.
No, Pizzatola's the man. I'm a Pizzatola fan, whether he likes me or not, and I know deep down he loves me. By
Bragg
the way,
is the fraud. He leaves in the middle of the show.
I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he never came back.
But so, hey, real quick on the way out here, late night yesterday, 5 o'clock, Grace Carman, superstar at Lane Tech, a junior, leading the Young Tech, Lane Tech champions, sprained her ankle in game 2, but now coming back. They're on spring break. We went to the Bulls game last night. So we stopped by CHGO. She beat Jake Flanagan. And then she beat me in ping pong. 21-19. It was a horrible loss.
You are past your ping pong peak.
I just smoked Cody, who had beaten Grace and who was rocking Ryan Herrera, and then I lost to my niece, who was in high school, and I'm upset about it. But it was
just got to pass the throne over, man.
All right, we got to get out of here for White Sox.
Nick's beat me the last 2.
Before we do that,
time we
though,
played.
we still have a ton of people watching. I just want to say, wow, that was interesting, Carm. Hit the subscribe button. We're less than 150 subscribers away from 53K. And shout out to Ballpark Club for hosting us.
Ballpark Pub, it's still a party, and we still got over 2 hours and 20 minutes till game time. So if you're in the area, if you're going to the Sox home opener today, even if you're not, there's a watch party going on here throughout the game as well. So come hang out. The food is outstanding. Miller Lights, Lining Kugels are flowing, and we're going to be having a good time out here.
CHGO White Sox coming up at 1.
Let the record show, some of us finished the show before we went and had a lot of fun. Some of us did not. The ones that did not are Cubs fans.
Stupid, right?
What a disappointment of an
Is
individual.
anybody surprised?
I am actually, but
Well,
okay.
I'm not.
I'll say this: he might not be on the show, but he is in our comments,
Oh,
which is
what
not
is he-
the same.
What is he saying?
What's his excuse?
He's calling himself a god. So, in typical Bragg's fashion,
He does believe that.
Classic. All right.
Kind of coats me.
Let the record show James Hoge has done more work than Braggs during this show.
that is true.
Handing out stickers right
He's
now.
our promotional team right now,
Did you see
apparently.
with the camera too? Adam?
Yeah, he's
Like,
got the
professional
camera going.
stance? Yeah.
He had like a knee bend and
Yeah.
everything. He got like real low on the shoulder.
Jersey too. That went sideways. I love TA still, by the way.
As a father, and I think probably a lot of Chicago dads can say this, I think I'm 0 for 10 in buying that kid jerseys. I mean,
It was like a safe buy too.
Yeah.
Here we'll go through this. Mitch Trubisky,
Oh, yeah.
That was
Justin
not-
Fields, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson was a really safe buy.
Yes.
No, Jordan Howard. His first jersey was a Jordan Howard jersey.
That was a
He
reach.
had a time.
Well,
He had a
here's
time.
why. It was purchased in the Target in Bourbonnais
Good job.
the morning before practice. It was the only jersey they had in there, and it wasn't even a real jersey. It was like one of those fake Target jerseys.
He had a good 2018 season.
That's a fine choice.
Yeah, so it wasn't that expensive. But, yeah, struck out on all of them. There's probably some others in there, too. It's not good. I don't even know where to go right now.
Bedard.
Caleb Williams.
Bedard and Caleb
Caleb would
Williams.
be a safe play.
That's what I thought about Justin.
Caleb's, no, don't you do that. We are not going down that road. Caleb's a safe
know.
play. He's going to be here for a decade. Let's go.
Give me the most random White Sox player in the lineup today, and I'll buy that jersey.
I seriously can't name
Paul
one.
DeYoung, Illinois State alum.
Antioch, though. Antioch.
Kopech.
Luis Robert, Garrett Crochet.
You're naming all the guys I know. I need the ones
I'm
I
trying to-
don't.
I'm
And it's
trying to
not that
name-
hard, but it's hard to know a name that you don't know.
Is Andrew Vaughn in the lineup today?
It probably is. All right, we got to go. CHGO White Sox coming up next. Come out, hang out at Ballpark Pub. Thanks
Place
for everybody
awesome.
for being here. Watching the show today. Please hit that like and subscribe button. We're back at noon tomorrow. Of course, regular Friday show before we head into the weekend. We'll talk to you then.
We all silly like the mayor.